Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joji Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
Today we're going to talk about Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7, spoilers. Full spoilers.
So
you have been warned.
The Mandalorian, please come back after you watch the show.
So,
let's begin.
You know, weirdly, the favorite scene from this episode for me was the quote-unquote Shadow Council. I love it when bad guys are serious about their shit.
Yeah. And finally, we kind of figured out what was going beneath everything.
Yeah.
Like, they were scheming, as we had predicted from that Dr. Pershing episode.
Yeah.
Something was going on with the Empire.
And the pirates were, of course, linked with Gideon. We kind of figured that. But I really... You know, this episode, this whole season felt really anime to me. And even this so-called bad guys meeting was... I liked it.
It reminded me of that what's it called? The meeting in the anime, the Evangelion.
Oh.
Well, what are they called? Jere or something? They always have that meeting.
And, you know, I love that they hate each other too. Like, they're always saying, we're trying to one-up each other. And we get a huge name drop. Admiral Thrawn. I didn't watch the anime, but I did search his name afterwards, and he's some kind of big villain. And I think he's, like, opposed to Ashoka. So I think that's a big name drop for...
So I guess we will see... We'll get to see more about him in the upcoming series, Ashoka. And also we get to hear this project called Project Necromancer.
Yeah.
And after watching the sequels, we can kind of guess what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, and we get a huge hint though, because when Gideon is walking in, I think we're seeing like dead clones or something. So there's definitely like a death atmosphere there. And I mean, Necromancer just means bringing back the dead. So who knows? Who knows? But there's another hint that links it to the sequels is, I mean, we're going to talk about the end first. That end battle scene was R.I.P. Paz Vizsla. This is the way.
He went out strong.
I do like the new Beskar design of the fucking Imperial armies.
Yeah. At first, I thought they were droids, but turns out they're like pimped out stormtroopers.
Yeah, and we did kind of... Well, we have predicted that Gideon is going to get a makeover, so he gets this another awesome, like, Mandalorian-inspired black armor.
And I'm guessing, like, all the watchers, like, the moment he walks in, everybody's probably thinking, you don't deserve that!
Yeah, all the Mandos are like, what the fuck? Like, these apostles! These apostates must die! You know, them being zealots.
The non-believers.
Yeah. But I kind of found it funny how Gideon immediately jetpacks the fuck off. But we also get those armors that we were introduced in the sequels, like those red armors.
The red dudes with the
that's like a royal arm
and everything. Yeah,
I think those are like some kind of Praetorian Guard armor.
And I'm kind of guessing, like, why didn't they show up earlier?
Oh. No, but I felt like they were showing up because like those bitches couldn't handle it, so they had to put Paz Vizsla to sleep. And I think that's like a hinting that, you know, we're already connecting to Snoke. Yeah. And the revival of like the Emperor, etc. So I guess they're trying to explain that Snoke is, I guess this is a theory here. I guess he is the Empire's attempt to reclone Palpatine.
And maybe he was not exactly like a success.
Yeah. Because in the movies I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because it was always a mystery to me. It's like one of many things I didn't like about the sequels was that it's like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
So where did he come from?
No, but in
why is he important?
Yeah, but
I don't care about him.
But in episode 3 we see a bunch of him. So it's like, I guess they're trying to explain that, which I have mixed feelings about because like your frustration right now shows that not a lot of people love the sequels, you know, but
I'm guessing, well, my belief is that they should just completely drop the sequel. Just pretend it never happened.
Really?
Yeah. And build up another story. But forget about the sequels.
But I think they're trying to get there. But one way to solve that is have those Empire dudes have multiple schemes. So one Necromancer project is to make some kind of Snoke for the Emperor. But hey, listen, I wouldn't mind them actually like connecting with the Emperor himself, though, because I always liked Palpatine the character.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way the sequel presented him and revived him.
Yeah.
So I guess if he's not dead, he's not dead, and because and I found the Empire guys impressive because like them saying they're not warlords mean these guys are even scary. They're like, if Hitler dies, like it's like Nazis trying to revive him.
Yeah, that's right.
That's some evil shit right there.
And they're preserving their power.
And like, no offense to Gideon, but maybe I wouldn't mind actually getting introduced to a Sith now, like in this series, because I think one of the problems with the Mandalorians is that the Mandalorians are so fucking tough. So now the Empire guys have to equalize by using Beskar alloy, right? I guess that was the false hint at the Gideon's escape.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think Mandalorians are gonna fuck them up. So what does the Empire have to fight against these warriors? Like, isn't that like naturally gonna be like Sith, which are like basically bad versions of Jedis?
One thing I'm not really happy about discovering this Empire scheme is that it's less grand than I had expected.
Really?
Because basically what we kind of see is Moff Gideon's ambition at taking over the Mandalore planet and making himself basically like a king. So that's basically like the end of his ambition here.
You know what I miss about like George Lucas's prequel? He had no problem killing fucking bad guys.
Yeah.
I guess it's a movie, so I guess it makes sense. But I don't like it when like Gideon reviving back is like, to me, Megatron reviving in the second movie.
Yeah, it's not really necessary.
Yeah, why can't they?
We can just always bring another villain.
Yeah, like make up a new one or something. I thought that was, but it wasn't bad. I continue to be like fascinated with Bo-Katan's arc. I like it, but one of the biggest thing though is the episode is called Spies, so I think we're gonna get a big like surprise near the end. Because how did they know that they were coming? Because one of the Mandalorians have to be a snitch, right?
Yeah, and something that was uneasy for me was the scene where the armorer returns to the ship. They, for some reason, suspiciously allocated a lot of time and a lot of attention to her escape.
No, but I think
back to the ship.
Don't you think it's that Axe Woves guy?
Maybe
that's the traitor. So I think it's like that Beskar alloy thing. I think they're trying to trick us. Because you last time you said you are suspicious of you. I mean, you said it half jokingly, but about the armor, right? But I don't think so. I think it's gonna be that Axe Woves or the woman.
So maybe some of them are pretending to be sick to infiltrate their fleet.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know, cause a ruckus or something. And also, I was also getting that feeling when they said they were taking them to the Great Forge, they were misleading them. But it actually turns out they did lead them to the Great Forge. But then, those troopers were waiting. And
there were some gaps too, like, motherfucker, you know where the Great Forge is? You couldn't find out that there was a whole fucking Empire base down there? Like, come on, man.
They had like TIE fighters and shit.
Jesus, I like. But let's forgive them, okay? Let's give them the anime excuse, okay? Fine. But I mean, was it a perfect episode? No. I did feel like they keep reusing a lot of the same sets. I think. I guess to save time for filming, etc. But we went down this path 3 times now already. Mando first came, and then Bo-Katan came.
Do we now have like 1 episode left?
Yeah, 1.
In the last episode, I have the feeling, especially after seeing what happened in episode 7, we're going to see that Mythosaurus coming up.
I knew you would say that.
Yeah, we're going to have that kaiju moment where the Mythosaurus it responds to the calling and basically destroys Moff Gideon's that little hideout.
And she's going to be riding it with the Darksaber. And every Mandalorian's going to be like, holy shit. That's something along this line, like the Mandalore the Great reincarnated, something like that. Yeah. Because you know what I like about the Mandalorians? I like the Zealots faction because those guys seem religious fucks. Like those guys are like, because Paz Vizsla kind of like, I like he's so readily sacrificing his life, and the troops are so ready to like abandon him too. Like go, and then this is the way. Like it feels like I love how they have this camaraderie where any one of them could have done that to save his like brethren. And I like how like these zealots are continue to show more like Mandalorianness than the Woves faction. Those guys seem kind of bitches.
Bitch asses.
Yeah, I did not like that. Yeah.
I also love. Oh, we gotta mention that chess game. That escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
They were playing chess 1 minute, and then next they're having like
life and death duel.
It's like life and death duel with with that quivering knife.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was kind of sad about IG though. I thought IG would revive completely.
We're still not clear.
Oh, okay.
We might eventually see IG recover the memory thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was hilarious when Baby Yoda rides it and instantly presses that yes, and attempts to communicate, like saying yes and no.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I love how the creators of the show, like, it's all about the boy's dream come true. And Grogu is on basically a mech, their version of a mech.
It's like Gundam moment.
Yeah. Oh, but I also love them introducing another faction of Mandalorians.
Oh, that's right.
Those wanderer guys. That was really sad. And you know, Bo-Katan continues to show leadership because I loved her frank admission. Like, you know, she's at least not a liar. She's a lot of things. She's a little arrogant, maybe, or a little brazen. But I think it's kind of showing her maturity too.
Yeah.
Because remember in season 2, she was also kind of a hothead. At least that's the impression I got.
Yeah.
I guess all Mandalorians are hotheads. Because Paz Vizsla like, you disrespect me, you die. And I like how Axel. I think they're intentionally antagonizing him too. I think he's the snitch. Because where did he get the Imperial ship? Maybe Gideon gave him from the start.
Maybe, or maybe they had a fight and eventually they took over the ship. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we do get this feeling that he's constantly being antagonized.
Yeah, by like we get that feel. But I do. Maybe next episode we're also gonna get a face reveal of the armorer. Because if they lose, they gotta unmask themselves, right?
Yeah.
And you know, Din Djarin getting captured, doesn't that mean he's gonna get unmasked again?
Probably.
Yeah.
I was thinking that he was gonna be unmasked at the spot.
Oh.
And then what's her name? Bo-Katan would witness his beauty, and she's like, "Holy shit! Why didn't he tell me that he was so hot? Yo, open this door! We need to save him now!"
Yeah, I thought you were a blockhead, but you're handsome. You know, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. And if they actually kissed, that'd be awesome. But I'm glad though Din Djarin get captured because I did feel like. Again, it being about Bo-Katan, I gotta be honest. Like, this is not what I expected. I was invested in the Grogu and Mandalorian story, so but I don't mind the Bo-Katan story. But I do.
Because after all, she's still a Mandalorian.
Yeah. So the last episode better have a payoff for Grogu's like flashback and the Doctor pursing weird shit.
Yeah.
So I think Din Djarin has to play a very important part here. So I think the last episode like might be an hour long. This one was 15 minutes.
Oh crap! You know, from this episode we learned that Moff Gideon had the whereabouts of Dr. Pershing unknown to his other allies.
Right.
Which means that he was secretly experimenting on cloning, and I'm guessing now that he was maybe trying to clone Grogu into a lot of Grogus.
Yeah. No, but I got the impression that they were all lying. Because that guy who says Admiral Thrawn's return, I'm guessing after the meeting he called him right away. Yo, boss.
they're looking for you.
Yeah, they're not buying it. Fuck you, what do you do? Because, you know, the thing about, you know, we learned this from Star Wars early, is that when it comes to the Sith and the Empire faction, there's always a boss above a boss above a boss. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Gideon is reporting to somebody too. Or another brilliant thing is like if whatever Admiral guy is playing both of them. So both of them are reporting to him actually without like knowing that he's actually ordering all of them. You know, that would be actually a beautiful thing. Why couldn't you do that, sequel? Make Palpatine like that.
Yeah.
Drop us some hints from the start. But anyway, this one the battle scenes were okay. But I think the next one will blow our mind. I think Grogu.
One thing I didn't like about the battle scene was that, whenever there's like a fight between Mandalorians, they become very creative. But whenever they fight like outsiders, their fighting style becomes very predictive. That's one thing I didn't like about this. Because when you look at Boba Fett, remember that knee missile stuff? Yeah, that was pretty cool. But in this episode, it was very bland. It was basically like pew 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 pew.
No, but let me say something then. Like them firing blasters to each other didn't make sense to me at all. All of you are wearing Beskar, motherfucker. Like they should do the Dune thing.
Yeah.
None of you are like able to kill each other. So get that shaky blade. I'm pretty sure that's Dune inspired, by the way. So like fuck each other up. Like you gotta go through the cracks.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you guys can do.
Anyways, that's one thing I didn't like about the fighting scenes. The writers could have been more creative with this, I guess.
But I also get this feeling that we are fast forwarding to the last episode because there's gonna be some big reveal in the last episode. That's also the impression I got.
Yeah.
Like and that has come at a cost, I think, because like I feel like season 2 is still like episode per episode perfect, because it had all those like Din Djarin, and remember like the prison escape episode. Yeah, that could have been season 1, but I think a lot of that formula has disappeared in this season, and I don't know. Like I kind of like that actually about this like series.
Oh, and one thing, another thing to mention is that I like the music in this episode. It's like a variation to the original the Mandalorian theme. But when you watch this episode, you can tell that there's like a variation. It's different.
Was it more electronic vibe?
Kind of, yeah. I guess it's composed to fit the shows, the show's plot. I'm guessing. Anyways, overall, it was a solid episode, but I do believe it could have been better. Yeah, so now we need to wait for the last episode, and I'm also wondering, will we see another Jedi, or maybe, like you said, a Sith?
Yeah. I mean, this episode could have been called More Mandos, More Toys, because all those armors are going to start selling, and Toys R Us are gone, but they keep introducing these new designs, which are cool, but still by far my best was those cyborgs that Luke fucked up. Those guys, those machines were awesome. But anyway, let's give this score now.
I would give it a 7 out of 10. I would give it a 7.
I give it a 7 too. Like, it was serviceable, but I have a lot of questions, and there were some does that make sense scenes too. And hopefully the last episode will blow our mind and make us more invested in season 4. Yeah. And some interesting actors, though. I like the Wonder actor. One of them is really famous. Like, I forget his name. But anyway, that's our take on episode 7. Please press like and subscribe.
Leave any comments.
We'll be back next week. This has been Joji Movie So Awesome. I was Joe.
I was Jin.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is not the way. Please don't. Mythosaurus comes up and says, fuck off. Ooh.